And now it's time for another episode of Nat Drinks and Talks About Stuff. Copyright 2012, which means that I have been doing these things for 5 years, which is crazy. I should make a new picture. Um, uh, I've not done one of these in a fucking while. Uh, I thought about doing a 2016 year in review, but what a depressing video that would be, all things considered. Because 26, oh man, what a oof, you know. But I've been drinking tonight, and people randomly saying that, make another video, and I go, I don't know what to talk about. There needs to be a topic. God forbid I rant for 20 minutes. What kind of asshole would do that to his friends? So tonight we're gonna cover 3 topics. I got it planned out. We're good. Tonight we're gonna be. Are you ready? Because I'm gonna lay it out for you before we jump into things. We're gonna talk about grandmas. We're gonna talk about technology. We're gonna talk about how no one knows the future. It all ties together beautifully. I already have a video called Nat is a bad how I'm a bad grandson. I don't remember even what I talk about in that video, but I believe that that's true based on based on things that I've done. So we'll jump into this story, and you'll agree that I'm not a great grandson because now I have a new story about how I'm such a bad grandson. Grandma. Here's the thing about grandmas, and before we even get into the email that I got sent, we all love our grandmas. We have to. They're great. But grandmas also grew up in a different time than us, and you go that there's no grandmas left. There's not a 20-year-old version of our grandma. And it's tough because you love your grandma despite the fact that grandma grew up in a different time, and maybe the way that you feel about gay people is different than the way that your grandma in her 80s feels about gay people or other things that we've been like, we treated those people wrong. We love our grandmas. I love my grandma. She grew up in a different time. And there's a part of you that in your head goes, had I not grown up in the time that I grew up in and not be surrounded by the friends that I have, is it possible that I would feel the same way that grandma does about certain things? It's worrisome because you don't want to feel that your beliefs on something could be so easily manipulated by what's going on around you. You want to feel like you came up with it all your own. But that's not what happened. You are a product of your environment, whether you want to admit it or not. Grandma's a product of her environment. I'm a product of my environment. Thank God for all the people that did the protests and did the fighting so that we could be progressive. You are a product of the progressiveness, and you can pat yourself on the back for the way that you feel, but at the end of the day, there's a part of you right before you go to sleep that knows that had I grown up at the same time as my grandma, maybe I would have the same blinders on that she did. And isn't that just something you gotta, think about sometimes? I love my grandma. If that's the point of the story. I'm a very progressive person. Did you see my shirt? Anyway, grandma emails me a month ago. She says, Nat, you're smart. Grandma doesn't know any better. This is the blinders I'm talking about. Over a year ago, I went down. We bought grandma a Chrome box, we bought her a printer, we bought her a monitor, we bought her a mouse, we bought her a keyboard. I drive down to the place that she lives in the middle of fucking nowhere because that's where grandmas live. And I set up the whole computer for her, and I walk her through the whole thing. She's writing down everything I say like I'm amazing or whatever, so that she can use her new computer, and she's blown away. I'm the best grandson that's ever lived because I set this whole thing up for her. So grandma emails me a month ago. She says, Nat, Jeannie's grandson, this is the header. She goes, my computer went from when I go to try and print something, instead of saying print, it says save. Help me out, Jeannie's grandson. I'm a bad grandson. Apparently, I covered this in a previous video. Bad grandson doesn't respond like a good grandson would. So then it comes around to Christmas. Grandma has brought me the usual apple bread that she gives me because it's delicious and I love it. She did her part of our deal where she bakes me stuff, and I did not do the thing where I help her with the computer. So I see her and she's like, "Nah, like my computer is still a problem, and I still can't print things." And I'm like, "Grandma, I'm gonna call you. We're gonna sort this thing out. I'm a good grandson." What kind of terrible grandson would not just take care of this right away? So I call her. I call her knowing that this is going to be so much more than it needs to be for whatever the problem is. And I'm not going to bore you with the details of it because they're computer things, and I'm aware of the fact that, much like the board games I play, none of my friends really care about this. Uh, the point being that I had a 33-minute conversation with my grandma to fix a problem that took 10 seconds. You know how you go to print something, and when you go to print it, it'll be like, this is a printer that we're sending it to, because that's the printer that's connected to your computer. Somewhere along the way in my grandma's life, her printer selection got switched to save as PDF, and it made the button that she normally prints that says print got changed to save. Fucking, oh my god, like, things blown out of proportion. Uh, so, so me being the good grandson that I am, I take over her computer. I have to walk her through it. It is not easy. She's very old. I get remote access to her computer. I figure out what the problem is. The problem itself, it takes 10 seconds to fix. Getting control of her computer and all the other stuff takes a lot more, and it's a 33-minute phone call. I fix the problem with her computer. It is that the when you go to select print, the printer has been deselected, and instead save as PDF has been selected. And now the button that she goes to hit print now says save. It's a big thing for her. I fix it in 10 seconds. Am I a genius? No. I just know how computers work. But in this 33-minute conversation I had with my grandma, uh, it's there's a whole thing, and I'm not boring you with details. I'm trying to keep this tight because I know that people. I'm not editing this, and I know that people hate the long videos. At one point, but because this is my favorite part, I call her. I have remote access to her computer. I call myself from her computer. I answer the phone call, and it cuts off me having remote access to her computer. So now I'm back to talk to her because I have to talk to her now to walk her through stuff. And I say, Grandma, can you see me? I bought her a webcam. I'm a good grandson. Points in that direction. Bought her a webcam to help her out in these situations. Like, Grandma, can you see me? She says, yes, I can see you. You're wearing a yellow shirt. I said, Grandma, I'm not wearing a yellow shirt. The shirt that I have on right now is a red shirt. It was a red shirt, Star Wars shirt. 90% chance that's going to be what I'm wearing. She goes, it's a yellow shirt. I said, that's not what I'm wearing. She goes, it looks like you're outside. This is what Grandma says to me. I said, Grandma, I'm not outside. I'm helping you fix your computer. Why would I be outside trying to do that? I'm at the computer. I'm trying to help you. She goes, it looks like you're by a giant moose. It's only at this moment that I said, Grandma, you're looking at my Google profile picture. That's not what I meant when I said, can you see me right now? She took it as a very vague question. As like, Grandma, are there any pictures of me around you right now? Do you have any pictures of me on your desk? Are there any pictures of me when I was 10 years old and looked fucking adorable in my fucking suspenders and sweater? Like, to her, it was just, it could have been as wide open as that. That's not what I was asking. What I meant was, can you see me via webcam? She did not take it that way. This is what I'm dealing with when I'm trying to do tech support my grandma. My grandma's very old. I love her. We all love our grandmas. She comes from a different time. This is what the bigger picture of the video that I'm trying to make today. Because this is a story about dealing with grandma. But here we go, diving into the larger issue that I want to talk about. So this is about grandma. This is about technology. It's about not knowing the future. I hope that I can accept technology in a way that future generations have not been able to accept the way technology has been changing. I don't like the idea that when I'm in my 80s, I'm going to need a grandson of mine, which let's you know, can we even guarantee that's a thing at this point? Probably not. I'm 31. There will be no grandchildren to help me. I need to take care of my own Dropbox things. And so I had helped my grandma because the Dropbox that sent it to the printer got changed and she needed a phone call and all this stuff to fix it. I hope that I'm never in that position. I want to keep up with technology to a point where I don't have to worry about this kind of nonsense. But at the same time, I hear news stories about rappers and I go, who the fuck are these people? They have stupid names and I don't know who they are. And I realize I'm already slipping away from what's going on when 20-year-old Nat would be like, I know the names of rappers, even though if I don't appreciate the music that they make, I at least know who they are, and I'm already 31. And I'm like, fuck those people, I don't know who they are. So this is getting into technology and the importance of like, I want to keep up on things. And this is a combination of technology and we don't know what the future holds. One time I got into an argument with my mom because mom said that teleportation is impossible. And I said, we don't know if it's impossible. We can't do it now, but so much of what we have, so much of the technology that we use every single day is something that at some point someone said we cannot do. And isn't it great that there was people living in the world who said it's not impossible, it just hasn't been invented yet. And those are the real fucking heroes in the world. The people who said, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to make it happen. Is teleportation possible right now, 2017? No, it's not. But the idea that it's impossible is a very bad way to look at life. I'd like to believe that anything is possible as long as we believe in it. Now, the iPhone had its 10th anniversary a few days ago. And I said that the iPhone I'm not an Apple person, but I still appreciate the iPhone for what it was at the time. The iPhone, though, was not a idea that blew us away because we didn't think it was possible. The iPhone, when it came around, for those of us who were thinking about what happened, the iPhone was not something that blew us away. It was the culmination of all these things that we knew were possible and we were waiting to have happen. It's very different than maybe like the telephone or something like that, where you had people that said you can never like talk to someone who's not in the room in front of you. And then telephone came around and was like, fuck that, watch this. The iPhone was something that we all sort of saw coming, and then it finally happened, and you go, an app for Facebook? This makes sense to me. That's what the iPhone was when it came out at the time. It didn't blow us away in the fact that it was like, yes, the future's finally here, but the future will be also happening. So if tomorrow someone says that teleportation can happen, I'm not going to be blown away because I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that we could figure that out. I knew that I wouldn't be the person to do it because I don't have that kind of mind, but I was never someone to dismiss the idea. And I never want to be the person that says, this is impossible, that is impossible. I always want to say, this is something that can't happen right now, but I believe that it's something that we can do. Can we cure cancer? I think we can. But it's not cured right now. But to live in a world where it can't be cured is a terrible way to look at life. So, and I think that my mom has become more open-ended to what's possible and what's not possible since the years where she thought it was a good idea to homeschool us. But that's a video that I'm pretty sure has already been done. So as far as part 3 of this, which is no one knows the future, isn't it great that we don't know what the future holds? And maybe I've talked about this before. It's all a blur at this point. I've been drinking a lot tonight. No one knows the future, and that's an important thing. It is 2017. It is early in 2017. Uh, I don't intend for these to be political videos, but we were going to have we're going to have a new president soon, and isn't it interesting who is going to be president? Because if you told me that this person was going to be president, I'd be like, well, I did not see that coming. So here we are, living in a future that no one saw coming. Let's get a little deep for a second. It is good that things can happen that we can't see coming. It's sometimes those are bad things and sometimes those are good things. I feel the things that we face these days are bad things that we did not see happening. But there is still the part of me, the reason that I personally choose to keep going, is that there could be good things around the corner that we do not see coming. What a wonderful world to live in that we don't see things coming. The good and the bad. It's all a mystery. So, as someone who has both I am surprised at where I am in life, but at the same time, I wish I was cutting this video down because I'm trying to think of what to say right here. God almighty. Life has thrown things at me that I never thought it would throw at me. But I'm still here, which is also a surprise, to be honest. 18-year-old Nat looking at 31-year-old Nat. Holy shit, Nat, you're still around. I know, right? 18-year-old Nat, it is a huge surprise. So I'm surprised at things that happen, but at the same time, I look at it and say I'm surprised at everything that's happened to me in the past because there were things that didn't happen. So go into the future with that same attitude. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything is possible. We could be teleportating around the world, and you're going, that teleportating is not a word. Neither teleportation as a thing that happens. It's not a thing. So let's not be overcritical of me saying teleportating. Teleportation is probably the more accurate word that people want to use. Listen, we're all going to live in a world where teleportation is going to be a thing. So if that's possible, where you jump from here to California in but a moment, if that is the thing that happens in the future, then literally anything is on the board that can happen. And isn't that what we need right now? We need to know that anything is possible. I'm telling you, anything is possible. If you get anything about this 18-minute video, what we're up to so far, 18-minute video, that anything is possible. Let's all try to stay positive right now because the future is fucking unknown. So let's all just try to stay positive. We could all have a beautiful future ahead of us. We just don't know. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I know that people complain that these videos go on too long. And they probably didn't stick around to the point of the video where I tried to make my beautiful point. So, grandmas, technology, no one knows the future. I hit all the points. There's been another episode. Nat drinks and talks about stuff. Thank you so much for those of you that have been watching for the last 5 years. You're the true MVPs. I love you all so much, and good night.